Hello. I'm Amanda, Program Director here at the Senior Center in Milford, Connecticut on this lovely December day. And you are tuning in for Yoga with Dee. Please make sure that the area you're going to exercise in is free from any hazards that you'll trip over or bump into. Make sure you stay hydrated and that you're wearing comfortable clothes that you can move in freely. And also make sure that if you have any questions about what type of exercises you should or shouldn't do, that you consult your physician. Thanks a lot and have a wonderful yoga class.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Amanda. Good morning, yogis. Welcome, greetings. So, yoga. There's no question that yoga is about putting yourself into a weird or wonderful shape. That's not the principle. But with asana or posture, the integrity of the pose is drawn inward. So that energizes the body within. And then that energy radiates outward to complete the pose. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to tap into our inner energy. We're going to let that radiate outward. Sit quietly, do a little centering before we begin. Sit comfortably in your chair, Sukhasa if you're sitting on the mat. Because it's a very unsettled time of the year, let's keep our palms resting on our legs. Palms are going to face down. Come to your nice tall yogic spine. Close your eyes. Take a moment to just scan your body, noticing how the physical aspect of your body is feeling today. Now tune into your breathing. I'm going to invite you to take your attention to the very tip of your nose, the very tip of the nostril. And as you breathe into the nose, you're going to feel that cool breath. As you exhale the breath out, you're going to feel a warm breath releasing. So you're inhaling a cool, smooth, even breath, and exhaling a quiet, warm. Notice find your rhythm, your pace, let the mind and the body slow down, become still. On the next exhalation, please lower your chin to your chest and bring your head back to your position. Let's begin by taking a little body to the shoulders, keep the shoulders moving downward, the torso moving upward. Stretch through one side of your body. Stretch through the other side. Lengthen and reach. Spread your fingers. Let's loop the thumbs and press up. Breathe in, deep breath in. And then release, relax the shoulders and lower the hands once more to rest on the knees. So turn your head to the right, or maybe your left, my right. Keep the chin parallel with the floor. Keep the shoulders drawn back and down. And then turn your head to the left shoulder. Come back to center or neutral. Look upward, shoulders back and down. Relax your jaw. Now slowly lower your chin to your chest, but don't roll your shoulders forward. Keep them drawing back and down. Chin rolls to your chest. And lift the head back to neutral. Let's stimulate the thymus gland. Thymus, right here behind the breastbone. Just lightly tap, lightly tap. You want to stimulate the immune system. What's part of your immune system? Particularly this time of the year, cold season. Nice little tapping. release. Let's do a little wrist and hand movement this morning, especially if you have problems with arthritis in your hands. This is a good way to warm them up. We're going to bring the backs of the hands together. Backs of the hands are going to touch. And we're going to create a little lotus, a lotus flower. So like all lotus, roots grow deep into the muddy waters. And then the flower begins to come upward, begins to reach up and bloom. And so now the palms are together, fingers are together. But now I'm going to ask you to spread the fingers. I'm turning my wrist so that you can see, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Now continue to maintain the thumb tips touching and the little fingers touching. But begin to release the three inside fingers, drawing them out to the side. Press the palm of the wrist together. And we have our lotus flower. Wonderful exercise for the hands and the wrists. Again, draw the fingers in. Press the roots into the muddy waters. Slowly begin to extend up. Press the palms and fingers are touching. Separate the fingers as wide as you can, palms together. Maintain the thumb tips and the little fingers touching and separate the three middle fingers. Here's your lotus. One last time. Draw them down. Roll them up. Spread your fingers. The heel of the hand pressing the wrist. Tips of the thumb and little fingers touch. Inside fingers begin to spread and release. Lotus. And relax. And we slide forward to the front of the chair, and your mat stays seated. We're just going to bow forward. Take a little bow forward. And then I'm going to press my hands against my knees as I lift the torso. And then I'm going to round my spine and press the back of my spine to the wall behind me. Bow forward. Lift up. Round back. Continuous movement forward and up. Round back. Forward and up. Round back. Hollow out your navel. Forward, stretch up. Round back. We're going to add arms. Reach forward. Reach up. Make fists. Pull the elbows back as you round your spine. Slide forward and up. Round back. Forward and up. Round back. Forward and up. Round back. Forward and up. Now as you come back, maybe you're going to lift your feet. Lift your shins. Forward and up. Lift. Forward and up. And lift. Now, let's come into a little version of boat pose, Nirvana. So I'm going to start with my toes on the mat. You can clasp the backs of your thighs and maybe lift one toe. Down, the other toe. Down. You're either going to hover, maybe not. Come back. Use your core. If you're on the mat, feet should be off the mat. And release. Hold onto your knees, take a deep breath in, and slowly bow forward. A third of the way, halfway, or maybe even all the way down. Hands on your knees, press into your knees, and lift your torso. Let's work the legs a little bit. So I'm going to invite you to extend your legs forward, extension, and separate your feet a little wider. And relax the ankles and just roll those ankles. Just roll. Reverse the circle direction. Now feet together, stick pose, Dandasana, and rest the backs of your hands on your thighs. Now I'm going to ask you to flex your feet, and as you do, I want you to curl the fingers into a little tight fist. And then as you extend out through the toes, extend it out through the fingers. So we're flexing and curling, extending and opening. You are so tall. Now you can alternate one leg and then the other. Shake out. Hands on the seat of the chair. We're going to open into a wide-legged seated position. So I'm going to extend one leg out to the side, the other leg out to the side, sliding further forward on the mat, depending on how long your legs are, how tall you are. Backs of the hands resting on the leg, legs extended. Flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension. Then we alternate. One side is flexing, the other side is extending. Back to same. Good. Draw your legs together. Hands on your knees. Deep breath in. Forward fold. Easy. Half, third of the way. Halfway. All the way down. Hands on your knees. Push down to rise up. Very nice. I'm going to invite you to come into hands and knees. Little all fours position. Remember, if you're working on a mat, you're going to kneel down on your knees. If you're working with your chair, make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Make sure your feet are underneath your hips, not too far forward, because we're starting out with that nice long flat back, little table position. There we go. And now we're going to start with cow pose. So the chest presses forward, the ribs relax, the head comes up, the tailbone lifts. Reversing, you're going to ground. Cow. Cat. Cow. Ease back like you're going to come into child's pose. Cow. Cat. Cow. Cat. Cow. Cat. Cow. Downward facing dog. We're just going to hold it for one breath. One deep breath. Ease back to all fours. Inhale, open to cow. Exhale, cat. All the way back to child's pose. Chakrabakasana. Cow. Cat. All the way back, extended child's pose. Cow. Cat. Downward facing dog. We're going to hold it for 2 or 3 breaths. Stretch through the arms. Roll your shoulders out. Drop your head. press your chest towards your thighs. You can pedal out your feet as you take another deep breath in and out. Step back to table position, cow pose, cat pose, child's pose, cow pose, cat pose, downward facing dog. We're going to hold this, and then we're going to ease the knees and then bend the knees and press the knees forward towards you. Back to center, press the knees away. Center, one coming right, center, left, and center, right, center, left, center. Hold your downward dog. You can ease your knees. You don't have to straighten the knees. The knees. So we're going to walk slightly forward, just a little bit closer to our hands to do a twist. So I'm taking opposite hand over to opposite leg. It can be on the thigh. It can be down on the calf. It can be down at the heel area. And we use this arm to draw my body over, gazing underneath my elbow and my armpit. Nice little twist. Deep, slow breathing. And then we're going to go to the opposite side. Remember, opposite hand to thigh, calf, ankle, either or. Draw your body. Use the arm to draw your body. Back to center. If you're on the mat, lower your knees, come to child's pose. This time, you're drawing the energy from inside the body that radiate outwards to complete the asana. So we're going into chair pose, or I'm going to ask you to come onto all fours, hands and knees. So just change the position of my chair. Visually, it's easier for you because we're going to come into our gate pose. So I'm going to ask you to extend one leg out to the side. Notice how I flex the ankle so I can plant that foot on the floor. Some people like to keep a straight line into the leg. That's fine. Some people like to rotate. I'm going to invite you to raise your arms up over your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a nice long stretch through that torso. Arms are going to come out to shoulder height, chest lifted, shoulder blades drawn together. Then I'm going to glide towards that straight leg. Coming over to the straight leg. Hand can come up. Keep the palm facing up so you don't push into your knee joint. Opposite arm, it can stay here, it can come here, or it can come over your head for a lateral stretch. Don't let it drop in front. Remember here, here, here. Slowly rise up. Now we're going to stretch away from that leg. So I'm just going to reach over here. And maybe I'll just stay here, or maybe I'll put my hand on the seat of the chair, or maybe my arm is long enough to come right down to the earth. And then I'm going to reach up. I've got a little angle, like a triangle. And then I'm going to prop my fingers beyond my shoulder, because maybe I want to take that leg up into the air. Remember, you can use a block here. You can stay here. Now maybe we want to bend the knee and hold onto the foot and draw that leg back and shine your heart. Reach. Lower. Up. Inhale, reach. And release. Come back to child's pose. 1, 2, 3. Slowly rise back up. Off to the opposite side for gate pose. Extend that leg straight out. Remember, straight line or flexed foot, whatever works best for you. Extend the arms over your head. Reach up. Reach from your hips to the sky. Deep breath in. Open up your chest and your heart. We're gliding to the straight leg. 1, 2, 3. It works for you. Feel the integrity of the pose. Allow again the energy to come outside, radiating from inside to outside. Rise back up, and we're going to shift away from that straight leg. And maybe we'll just hang out here. Here on a block, or even here, the earth. Triangle. And shift the hand beyond the shoulder. Maybe get that other leg up into the air. If you want, bend the knee, draw that thigh back. Shine your heart. Extend. Plant the foot. Rise up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower down. Feet together. Back into your child's pose. Now slowly rise back up. Let's clasp our hands at the back of the thigh. Lie down. If you're on the mat, lie down on your backs. Clasp the back of the thigh. Hug the knee to the chest. Straighten the leg. Slide your hands up to the calf, or maybe the ankle, or even maybe the foot, either or, whatever works for you. Move that leg a little higher. Begin to bend the knee, hold the knee, hold the foot, and rock. So I'm flexing the foot, protecting the knee. Release. Same thing, opposite leg. Lift, draw the knee in, extend through the leg, come to flex. Slide the hand up to the calf area, or the ankle, or the foot. Lift the leg a little higher. Bend the knee, rock. And release. Very nice. And we're going to work our way up to stand. So you can stand on your knees if you're on the floor. Step one foot forward, step the other foot forward, come up to stand. If you're in the chair, I want you to place your hands on your thighs. Come to the very front edge of your chair and just lift up. Just lift a little bit and then sit back down. Push again forward. Down. Push forward. And come all the way up to stand. Yeah. So come to the top of your mat. Little Tadasana this morning. Find your alignment. Four corners of your feet strongly pressing down. Toes are spread. Lifting up from the inner ankles all the way up to the inner knees. From the inner knees to the inner groin. Torso lengthens. Crown of the head is reaching. Jaw relaxed. Facial muscles relaxed. Shift arm out to the side. Bring it right across and rest the palm lightly on the opposite shoulder. Take the free hand to the tip of the elbow. Move that shoulder. Cross, look over the shoulder. And same thing, other side. Gentle. Over the shoulder. And release. Arm over your head. Bend the elbow. Reach across. Mobility. Release. Opposite arm. And release. And lower down. Great. So let's do a little marching in place. A little marching in place. Now you might want to lift your knee a little higher this morning. Or maybe you want to keep the knee low and the foot closer to the ground. But whatever feels good to you, the marching in. For the abdominals, not gripping with the thigh to lift. Good. We're going to add the arms. So as I lift one arm, the opposite leg comes up. And then you change. 1, 2, it's 3. And 1, and 2, and 3. And 1, and 2, and 3. And 1, and 2. Wider than hip width, and just rotate the upper torso. Nice work. So we're going to start a little forward bend, a little Uttanasana. So I'm going to sweep my hands behind my back. So I'm going to lead with my heart. I'm going to take my hands just below my sit bone. Shoulder blades are drawn back and down. Pretty straight legs, not locked. And slowly start to come down. Now I'm just going to start to slide the hands midway to the thigh. Maybe I'll come halfway down. And don't go beyond that. So I'm pretty straight, a little softness in the thighs. And then I'm going to come right back up with a flat back. Again, breath in, slowly begin to come down. Use the knees just slightly. Shoulders move away from the ears. Testing out the thighs. Don't let your hips go way, way back. Keep your hips forward. And slowly come back up. Nice. Now you might want to go a little deeper. Breath in. Flat back. Come forward. Maybe you'll come down to the calf area. And then your torso comes a little bit closer to your thighs. Maybe you'll come to the backs of your shins. Torso a little closer. Head in, chin in. Now slide the hands up. Flat back. And rise back. Awesome. Back to Tadasana. I'm just going to step my chair off to the side. Then lowering the arms halfway. Walking my feet to go to your left. Right, open that leg. Left leg back. Arms are level, shoulders are level. Wide across that shelf. And just Change the position of the arms. Remember, you don't have to collapse to get way, way down. Arms up. Let's go to the opposite side. 90-degree turn out. Back heel out. Lying on that shelf. Keep lifted. Remember, don't collapse the side of your rib cage. Keep lengthening. Windmill the arms. Rise back up. Feet parallel. Relax the arms. Arms up. We're going to come to warrior two. Turning out 90 degrees. Back. Soften that knee. Don't collapse the back arm. Gaze down the length of that longest finger. Radiate that inner energy. Bring it outward. Complete the pose. Coming into side angle, either here, or here. Around the end of the leg, whatever works. Deep breath in and out. Really focus on the strength in your lower body. You can extend the arms up. Stable, strong. Stability is what we're looking for in the pose. Rise back up. Feet parallel. Going to this side. Opening. Heel, back heel slide. Opening the knee. Remember, don't lunge forward. Keep that knee over the ankle. Chest wide. Gaze down the length of the longest finger. Long, deep breaths. Coming into side angle. 1, 2, 3, wherever you want. Left arm up. Using the stability of the lower body, bring the arms up, really wide or together. And rise back up. Feet parallel. Sweep the arms behind you. We're not going to interlace the fingers. We're going to keep the arms separated. Palms are facing behind me. And I'm pressing the palms to the wall behind me, opening the front of the body. Slowly coming into a flat back, forward bend. Keep the Padottanasana. Gazing downward. Up. You can come halfway, 90 degrees. If you feel open this morning and free, you can ease down into a little forward fold, clasping your outer elbows, chin to your chest. Maybe the hands will come onto the mat, planting the palms firmly down, walking the hands slightly forward. Keep that nice flat table back. Using the stability of your legs, bring your arms out to T. Plant your palms on your thighs, bend your knees, roll back up. Walk or step your feet together. Bring the arms around and over your head, reach up. Take a deep breath in. Bring your palms together. Bend your elbows. Take your hands to your heart. Take a breath in and take a breath out. We're going to do a little sun salutation this morning. A little abbreviated sun salutation. I'm going to use the chair, you folks, so that brings the floor a little closer to the chair. Starting in Tadasana. Working from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. Taking your time, moving slowly. Get as much stretch through the entire body. Begin to bring the arms up and over your head, reaching up. Forward fold, arms come out to the side, flow forward like a little waterfall. Your chest. We're going to step back with the right leg. Front knee bends. We're coming into a lunge, looking forward. We're going to take the front foot to the back foot into downward facing dog. I'm going to come up onto my toes with a flat back. I'm going to come forward into a plank pose. A little modified. You can go here, here, or here. Don't collapse. Stay strong. I'm going to bend my knees, press back into downward facing dog. Look forward. That's the direction I want to go. Step forward with the same foot that you stepped back. Back into that lunge. Step back foot forward. Forward fold. Rising up. Arms up and over your head. Inhale. And exhale. Back to the dog. Easy. It's just a lunge theory. Once more. Reach up and around. Slow motion dive. Slow motion dive. Chin to chest. Right leg kicks way back, front knee bends, you're in your lunge, lift your chest. Long, slow breath in and out. Front foot to back foot, downward facing dog. Press that chest to the thigh, drop your head. Onto the toes, into our plank pose, firm your belly, use your core, shoulders back and down. Bend your knees, back into downward facing dog. Remember the foot that you step back with, that's the same foot you're coming forward. Step it right up, the lunge. Or changing hips, chest up. Back foot to front foot, forward fold. Rising back up, arms around and over your head. Arms out to the side and down. We're going to do 2 more rounds. This time I'm not going to explain it to you, so follow along, take your time. Slow motion, get full length and stretch through that torso. One more round, building the energy. Let's transition to child's pose, lesson. All fours, hips to heels, chest to thigh, sit in your chair. So I'm going to invite the mat folks to Come onto their bellies. Knees forward onto your bellies. Chair folks, you're going to stand up, and you're going to stand behind the chair. So you're either lying straight up onto your mat on your bellies, or you're standing behind the chair, either or. And we're just going to work one leg at a time. Now, if you're on the mat, you can stack your forearms, let your forehead rest on your hand. I want everyone to slide the right leg back. This is my left leg. Don't lean forward if you're standing. Sliding it back. You're trying to reach as far behind as you can. Just to lengthen from the hip to the heel. That leg down. Do the same thing with the other leg. Sliding it back. Now, we're going to elevate. If you're on your belly, opposite arm and leg is going to come back. If you're standing, opposite arm and leg. Relax it. Stretch it. Relax. Stretch. Breathe and hold. And release. Changing sides. Opposite arm and leg. Reach. Relax. Reach. And relax. Very nice. Come into child's pose. The heels, chest to thighs if you're on the mat. Forward bend here. You feel you need a little massage for your low back. I'm going to reach back with my fingertips. I'm going to massage my low back. If that extension was too much on your back, just massage. And we're going to come back onto the bellies or come back standing behind the chair. Same thing again. And so I'm going to ask you to bend one knee, hold on to the foot, hold on to the ankle or shin, hold on to the pants leg. If you have your strap, you can loop the strap around the foot, so you can hold the foot. You're going to draw the knees together, draw the heel in towards your butt. I'm going to flex the foot and push the foot away, push the thigh away. You feel that in the front of the thigh. And release. Do the same thing with the opposite leg. Bend the knee, use the belt, the tie, hold the pants leg if you need to, hold the toes, hold the ankle or shin, draw the knees together, draw the heel in towards your buttock, flex the foot, push the thigh away, and release. If you are on the mat, I'm going to invite you to take both legs up, maybe coming into bow pose, excuse me. 1, 2, heels in, back. Release. Everyone back into child's pose. Maybe a little massage for your low back. And come up to sit. So you're either sitting on the mat, coming into your cobbler's pose, or sitting in your chair. Opening into cowgirl's pose. The breath in, lean back. Feeling the breath bow forward. Slowly come back up to a seated position. So you're sitting Sukhasana, a little cross-legged, right ankle in front of left if you're on the mat, or just feet parallel. And we're going to take an easy little twist. I'm turning to my right, maybe you're turning to your left. Simple twist. Release, come back to front, twisting to the opposite side. And back to center. We're going to lie down on your backs or stay seated in the chair. We're going to hug right knee into chest. Hug that right knee into your chest. Open the knee out to the side. If you're on the mat, you can stretch out through that left leg. For a knee down twist, bring the leg back to center, change hands. Take the leg across into knee down twist. Bring the leg back to center, hug the knee, deep breath in again, and release. Changing legs, lift it up, hug the knee, breathe. Drop it out to the side. You can straighten out the right leg if you're lying on the mat. Back, change hands, bring it across. Actually crossing knees, sitting in the chair. Take that wonderful twist. Internalize. Energize that inner energy. Let it begin to radiate outward, completing your pose. Back to center. Hug that knee to your chest. And release. Now, I'm going to invite the chair folks to come into, the mat folks to come into a supported bridge pose. So you may have a block. Let me just grab my block. Try to remember to bring your block with you when you come to class. Bring a block, bring a belt, bring a strap. And for bridge pose, using the bridge, so you can use the flat edge or the second edge, not the high edge, the supported bridge. And so you're lying on the mat. Let's just bring the knees into the chest. Stretch out that low back and rock a little bit side to side. Feet are on the mat, hands around my hips, little pelvic tilt. So now exhale the breath, draw your navel to the spine, press the back of your waist to the floor. Press the tailbone to the mat, and slide your hand underneath the low back. Again, exhale, press the waist. Inhale, tailbone. Exhale, waist. Inhale, tailbone. just to loosen up that low back area. Now, I'm going to elevate my hips just enough to slide the block beneath my low back. And as I lower the back onto the mat, it has to be below the waistband at the sacral area, sacral. Reaching around the bottom of the block. I'm just going to lift the feet, just testing. If it's not comfortable, adjust the block. Feet. Up. Maybe you want to straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. Allow the weight of your sacrum, the weight of your pelvis, the weight of your legs to be supported by the block. Don't turn your head. Chin, nose, chin, breastbone alignment. Jaw relaxed. One deep breath. You can open your legs. A little variation. Flex those feet. If you're in the chair, you can actually use two chairs by bringing your legs up onto a chair, the second chair. Then draw the legs together. Use those interplays. Draw those legs together. Begin to soften the ankles and the feet. With control. Contract the abdominal muscle with control. Don't let the feet flop to the floor. Ease them down. Elevate your hips. Remove the block. Lower the spine. Apanasana, hug the knees into the chest, and rock from side to side. We're going to work our way up to a seated position. I'm just going to cross my ankles, hold my feet, rock up to sit. Come to Sukhasana, or to seated on your chairs. Deep breath in. Bow forward. 1, 2, slowly rise back up. If there's any other little stretch that you'd like to do, neck, your shoulders, your legs, a little stretch, go ahead. If not, prepare for the final pose, the integration of movement. Sit on your chair. I like to use a block if I am short. You can cover your body to stay warm. Remember, a very unsettled time of the year, so palms are going to face down to keep us grounded. If you're lying on the mat, palms are down on the mat. Align the nose with the chin, align the chin with the breastbone. Close your eyes. Attention comes to the very tip of the nostrils. Breathe in a cool, cleansing breath. Let it warm, slow. Breathe. Let the exhalation slowly become longer than the inhalation. If you're inhaling maybe to the count of 2, then exhale to the count of 4. So allow the exhalation to be just a little longer. Relax a little deeper. Come a little quieter. Rest. I invite you to take a 5-minute shavasana. When you're ready to come out just as slowly as you went into the posture. Awakening fingers and toes, and wrists and ankles. Rolling hips. Letting the body stretch. Slowly work your way back to a seated pose. Palms together in front of your heart, bowing to your inner light. Namaste. And yoga is like music. Yoga is like music. The rhythm of the body and the mind, the harmony of the soul creates a symphony of life. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.